How's it going, YouTube? You're looking at my CBR 250R, which is my first bike I've ever had after I got my endorsement about a month ago. And I've been riding it for about 2 weeks almost, and I have to say that this is the lightest and easiest bikes. I tested 4 different kinds: a Harley 600RR, 500, and then this one. But I just wanted to do a review of this 250. It's a starter bike. It's not going to be one of those where you want to keep up with all the other sport bike. I get to sit up way more upright than all the others. I don't have to lean in like other street bikes where I'm like tucked in. I don't like that. I like to be upright. I don't get tired that way. I knew that's what I would go for. This is the 2012 model. Everything is stock on this entire bike. Nothing is customized. I like this gauge compared to the new one where it looks kind of cheap. This one is a lot better, so when I turn it on here, I get this gauge moving up, and you can see the gas and the heat and the miles that I've driven so far with the new tank and the time. And I can also reset the trip and go into the mode where flip how many miles I have on it. Set of controls here with your headlights, turn signals, the horn, a clutch on this side, and then over here we got the brake fluid, the on and off switch. If you want, you can hear that. This is to be turned on, where you see the neutral mark, and then I can turn it on without the clutch. It's already warmed up because I moved it out here from the garage. So you see it's fairly quiet motorcycle. It's not loud at all. And I like quiet ones because I don't want to hear all that loud noise when I'm riding around. But there's one problem about that. If you're quiet, you're not going to be seen or heard, so it's more dangerous. It's the saying out there, loud bikes save lives. This is the stock exhaust. It's more of a city bike. It'll go up to 90 miles an hour. The tank is a 3.4 gallon. And I've driven this really hard on a trip, and I'm at 128, and I just barely got to the last needle. It's 4 needles for the gas gauge, which is on E. I think I might be able to go another 50 on this whole entire tank. So I would technically get like around 180 on 3.4 gallons. And that was driving it super hard, constant 10 RPM for that trip that I went. And I mean 10 as in 10,000. Seat is very comfortable. Even the back seat, passengers feel comfortable. A lot of them are tiny. This one's not tiny. I'm gonna rev it here. And you will see the RPM. I'm just gonna turn it off here. I'm gonna grab the key. And I'll stick it in here. And then just want to take this off. There's bolts here that I took off. They're in the garage, but I just took it out here. Seat comes off very comfortable, I'm telling you. This also, I took the bolt off. The reason why is so I can hear the difference in the intake. I am gonna buy a Canon air filter. So that's with the cap on. With the cap off. Cap on. Cap off. That's not going to hurt the motorcycle for being that way. That's just going to allow more airflow to go in there, and it's obviously going to be a little bit louder. And I think I like that loudness. Take the air filter off. There's 2 hinges in here that you push down actually. And just pull out. And that's the stock one. So I'll be replacing this one with the Canon filter. It's very easy to put back on and just snaps in. You have your battery here. You want to unplug your battery so your brain refreshes some sort on the computer for your bike. Remember, bolts go in here. I just don't have them on. It's because I'm not driving anywhere. And then this will seat and lock in. Keeps everything intact. So as you see, the rims, they're stock, but they look nice. In my opinion, I like all dark, stealthy look. Kicking the stand right there, you flop it out. So if someone wants to sit back here, just bring that down, and you see that their foot peg is ready for passengers. Now you see this kind of ugly thing right here. it can be eliminated, and with a kit to make it look like that only instead of having that stuff, I might, you know, switch it up and change that. The exhaust is huge, kind of ugly, but I don't really care right now. Maybe eventually I'll switch it up and put something smaller and look nicer, which will also improve gas mileage and performance. Also, the sound will be very loud. I am not the first owner of this vehicle. I am actually the second. So the person before me kept this really nice. It does have pretty small tires compared to a lot of sport bikes. You'll notice that, but that's just a lot easier to throw around the bike on the street, which maneuvers like nothing. They're easy bikes to clean. Now I'm gonna hop onto it and ride it a little bit in circles. You can start it at neutral. Start moving. Now we'll give it a little bit more speed. Neutral. No hands, still on. As you see, I'm moving it forward and backwards, no problem. It's not a heavy bike. So here I'm going to demonstrate the headlights. You see it's always on. I can't turn them on. It's a safety thing. And here are my brakes. Best first bike. If you've never ridden a bike before, even if you have, this is still pretty good. It gets like 70 miles to the gallon. Why would you complain? Turn signal is not going to turn off when you're turning right. You'll forget this turn signal so many times. It's just something that you can't really stop from happening in your first few weeks. And then you push in to make it stop. You could just bring it back to switch it back and forth like that. Pushing it just cancels it all. Now I'm gonna take the key out and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to pop the gas tank off. And there you have it. You probably won't see it, but you can hear it. And that's plenty. I seriously think I can go more than 50 miles on this. So to put it back on, you feel like you want to twist it, but you don't. You don't twist the key or anything. What you gotta do is push down, and it's already locked and loaded. You're not gonna be able to take it off. Awesome bike, seriously. I don't know how to not tell you how not awesome it is. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is that if you're new, you're gonna get adrenaline no matter what. But the thing is, this thing only tops out at 90 miles an hour. You'll beat most cars out in the street if you were to race, I would say. But you're not gonna get any of those super street bike speeds. But you won't feel like the bike is gonna slip right out from under you. This bike is fun. You'll definitely love it. This is all stock. The first thing I'm changing is the air filter, which is coming in. It's comfortable, easy, economical, stylish. Insurance is pretty cheap for me. $12 a month comes out to be, but you pay yearly in my term, which is $146 a year. Make sure you wear safety gear and your helmets. Even if your state allows you not to ride with helmets, you want to be safe. And this was my first motorcycle video. My first bike. Who knows if I'll get more. Trade it off, customize it, we'll see later. Later. But he's been riding for a year, he's comfortable. It's a Harley for you, 2003. I'll also keep my tools here, my helmet, my gloves, my frisbees, other passenger helmets. This is where it stationaries. All right,